Hello everyone. I would like to talk about someone really important to me. Today I will be honoring Mr. Jim Croad, the person who introduced me to art. High school was a really hard time for me, but there was someone who inspired me and gave me an outlet that I would go on to use for the rest of my life. In high school I felt like I had nothing to live for until I had entered a required class one day, poured my heart out, and got the recognition that I had been searching for. I started high school at 13 years old. I was a freshman, and that's when I first took Mr. Croad's class. I ended up taking it every semester because I loved it so much, even when I wasn't supposed to. Mr. Croad dedicated his life to helping others, and through all of his trials, he worked through all of it to accomplish so many things. For starters, he got his bachelor's degree in sculpture at New Mexico University, and then he went on to get his master's while he was still teaching at Minden High School. On top of that, he helped underprivileged boys at the Hope Youth Center. He ended up being awarded many different awards, from High School Teacher of the Year in 2013 to an endowment award in Massachusetts. He was on the board of directors for the Webster Parish Association of Education, and then went on to become the president. And his work in the union eventually led him to leave the classroom and work at the Board of Educators, making a better world for teachers and students alike. He accomplished so many things that you would never know that he went through a lot to get there. His original goal wasn't to become a high school art teacher or to do art in general. He wanted to join the Air Force like his father, and unfortunately, he was diagnosed with a rare eye condition that made him ineligible for that. He always loved art though, so he fell back on that. However, it was still difficult for him to continue to do art and live with his eyes deteriorating until one day he was given a gift of new eyes from a donor. He took that gift and he ran with it for the rest of his life and spent his whole life trying to repay that by helping others. He accomplished so many things, and through all of his battles, he used art as a means to push through his life and make a difference in the world. Now I'll go over the impact that he made on myself and the impact that he made on other people. First of all, in high school, as I said, I was really suicidal. I had gone to Brentwood after an attempt, and when I came back to school, I had nothing to live for. I was given a prompt for my painting assignment, and instead of going with that prompt, I ran with it and I poured my heart out into it. This was the result of that. I really thought that I would end up getting an F on this because I didn't follow what I was supposed to do. But Mr. Croad looked at this and said, "This is what art is supposed to be." And that changed my life forever, and I knew that I only had one goal for the rest of my life, and that was to become an artist. He not only impacted me, he impacted so many others. You can ask any student at Minden High who their favorite teacher was, and they'll all say that it was Mr. Croad. He was really there for us misfits and gave us a place where we felt that we had belonged. So he impacted so many people, and I've gained so many qualities from him. Like, for instance, a will to live and a passion for art, a gift that no one can ever take from me, which is incredibly important. I hope that hearing this makes you want to share your passions in life, because life is hard and we can't all do it alone. So having someone reach out and give you something invaluable is worth more than anyone could ever know. To conclude, we should appreciate the teachers of our society. Had it not been for that instructor, I don't know where I would be today. Mr. Croad dedicated his life to helping others. Like me, he was lost, and he found his way through art. He almost lost his dream career. In fact, he did, but he found a new dream career because he was given eyes and he was able to do what he wanted to do, and he used art as a way to become who he is now. And now he spends his life paying that favor back every day. I would like to say that I will forever be grateful that I walked into his classroom, because I walked in with nothing and I left with everything. Just like me, Mr. Croad will spend, just like me, I'm going to spend the rest of my life repaying the gift that Mr. Croad gave me. And he spent the rest of his life repaying the gift that was given to him. I'm currently in school to become a high school art teacher, and I hope that I can touch the hearts of students in the same way that Mr. Croad touched my heart and changed my life. Thank you.